everybody. This is Dr. Carmen Bryant, Psychological Health Consultants and Services, and I'm your host of Redefining Yourself. This is a program that I developed for women that are thinking of leaving or needing more education or have left domestic violence situation. My main topic and my main focus is narcissist abuse recovery. And so I named my program, first of all, Redefining Yourself, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. And so, first of all, allow me to say thank you to all those subscribers that are new to my channel. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the comments on YouTube and allowing me to interact with you and respond to you. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and finding something valuable that I have to say that will help you in your progress and in your process of healing. And those of you that have not subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dr. Carmen Bryant, and it is DrCarmenBryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse. Hit the subscribe button and then hit the bell, so that you can see or hear whenever I upload new videos, and you also know when I come live. And I usually come live on Sundays between 8 and 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I am on the West Coast, and so that is normally the time that I come on. And so it's 3 hours from the East Coast. It's 3 hour difference, so that the East Coast is 3 hours ahead. I've been told that I think it's, I don't know if it was Brazil or Holland, was 6 hours ahead. And then I think UK was 6 or 7 hours ahead. I'm not sure. Please forgive me. And so please mark your time so you know when I come on. Usually between 8 and 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And if you want to join me on my Facebook page, it is Psychological Health Consultants and Services, and hit the thumbs up button. I do post the videos. You know, sometimes I may not be able to come live on Facebook, but I do come live on YouTube. Sometimes it's more convenient, but I do post the live videos back on Facebook so you can go and watch what the conversation was. I usually open the floor up. I do put a topic on there and I start talking until people come, but you guys have some awesome questions, and you interact with me and you interact with each other. So you guys are supporting each other. And I want to say thank you to all the gentlemen that have joined my YouTube channel and that also interact and share their stories about their experiences dealing with a female narcissist. A narcissist is a narcissist. They have same behaviors, same traits. You know, they're very, you know, and I always make this comment, you know, if you look across the board, if you see children that have Down syndrome or people that have Down syndrome, you notice that they have similar features. It doesn't matter what race they are, doesn't matter what nationality they or religion they come from, they have very similar features. When you look at autistic children or adults, you know, a lot of them have similar behavior. They do very similar things. A narcissist, similar behavior, male or female, it doesn't matter. Whatever relationship they're in, they'll tear the relationship up. And that's why I talked about the psychological warfare that they put you through and the words that they use, you know, the weapons that they use against you. That is a narcissist. So for all the gentlemen that have joined me, thank you so much for sharing your experiences and not being ashamed to share your experiences. And for those of you that have not commented or want to stay in the background and just listen, I thank you so much for finding something valuable that I have to say. It is really, truly an honor, and I love doing this because you guys interact, you ask questions, and you give me an opportunity to think, give me an opportunity to respond to you. I do come from a clinical perspective, and I also come from an experiential background. And so not only from cases that I've had, not from the people that I've interacted with, stories that I've gotten from narcissists and my own personal experience. And I put those together, and then I provide you with information. I try to bring it to you from a clinical viewpoint and to show you the details of their behavior so that you become more informed, more educated, so you can make better and informed decisions. You recognize it much quicker. But if you didn't know, most of you got into relationships, you had no idea that you were in a relationship with a narcissist. Now when you look back on it, now the red flags are coming up. Now you're beginning to see. And it's like, oh my God, how did I get in a relationship with this individual? Some of you are like, I wasn't even attracted to that individual. I have no idea. They're totally opposite than what I've ever would have gotten with. This is not, you know, because they're charmers. They have a great illusion. They have a great facade. They tell you what you want to hear in order to manipulate you to get what they want from you. You are a source of supply and they receive fuel from you. And then I think there was a young lady said there's no such thing as a good source of supply. I beg to differ. There is good sources of supply. The primary source of supply, and especially if there's been some longevity, there is good sources of supply. They hold on to those and they try to get back, especially if you were the main primary source of supply. But it is domestic violence. Yes, it is. That is domestic violence, what they're doing to you. It is just a very specific type of domestic violence that most people can't believe that is happening and too ashamed to talk about. Now people are coming out and they're talking about it. And no, you're not a victim, you're a survivor. So you have to be careful how you choose your words. You are a survivor and not a victim of domestic violence or narcissist abuse, which from what I understand, you went through. And so I really apologize that you went through all that pain. And hopefully these videos are helping you in your recovery process. Most of you guys are angry. Most of you guys are shocked. You know, you're in the denial phase. You can't believe that this individual never really had a real relationship. You were in the relationship, but they weren't. And so this evening, before I leave, I do have to hurry, so I won't make a long video tonight because I have to get out of the office. I have another obligation that I have to attend to. Tonight I just wanted to talk about what if you're the one who initiates a Hoover. If you're the one that's trying to get them to Hoover you if they're not Hoovering you. So first of all, let's understand what a Hoover is. Anytime a person has been discarded, or if you have done the discarding, if the narcissist has not sustained a good source of supply, another source of supply to sustain their fuel, to equalize their self-esteem, or whatever it is, that they were hunting supply for, material possessions, sex, finances, status quo, you could be beautiful, whatever it is that they were looking. When that source begins to run low, or if you've discarded them before they had an opportunity to attain or lock in another source of supply, they will Hoover. They will Hoover, which comes from the Hoover vacuum cleaner. And I have to go look up to see where the original term comes from. Hoover, which means that the narcissist is trying to reconnect with you. It's trying to pull you back into their circle, to get you back into their grasp, because they have lost grip of you. So they try to Hoover you, and they use different manipulative tactics to get you back. As you know, Melanie Tanya Evans is like one of the coaches I have in my repertoire, and I really like her. And I went to her page and I was reading some of the things that she was talking about in reference to Hoovering, especially she was talking about when you give them a silent treatment, when you go no contact. There are different ways that they Hoover you too. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes you're being Hoovered and you don't realize you're being Hoovered. So sometimes they Hoover you through Hoovering by proxy, through their flying monkeys, through mutual friends, through friends on Facebook. And so that's how they even get information to you. That's why it's good, to be careful if you have mutual friends. If they're really more on the side of the narcissist, it might be best just to go ahead and just, find your own friends and leave those friends and family alone. But a lot of times they post pictures, they make sure that they send pictures, but the whole goal of it is to make sure that you see the pictures. Whether it's on family and friend sites, make sure that there's comments, different things to make sure that the information gets to you. They're very infantile. They're very childish. That's the best way I can describe it. They're very, very childish. Ooh, look at me, look at me, look at me. You didn't hurt my feelings. Ooh, look at me. See, you didn't hurt me. I'm doing better now. It's like a child. That's what kids do. So you're looking at a child reacting to, you going no contact, or the fact that they have discarded you. They want to make sure they rub it in your face to inflict more pain. And so what she was saying here, let me look. So I wanted to tell you what she said about different forms of Hoovering, and then I'm going to go into the original topic, what I was talking about in reference to when you initiate the Hoover. So here are different ways that they will try to Hoover. Well, first of all, before I read it, there are different ways they try to Hoover. They try to be in your general area. They try to be, with mutual friends. They accidentally show up where you are, and that's not normally where they are. It's through your children. They'll even Hoover your children to Hoover you. So they'll use your children to try to Hoover you. Excuse me, you guys. And so here are some other ways when they do try to contact, or try to Hoover you. They'll make promises for everything that you ever wanted that they didn't do, whether it's their behavior, whether it's material things, whether it's going places, whether it's taking trips, traveling. So they'll make those, remember the faking the future? That's what they do. They start faking the future. I know I made a mistake sometimes. They'll use the words that most people use. You never know. You never miss your water till the well runs dry. And I realize how relevant you were to me. And, it's time for me to change, baby. I love you, and I want to take you to that trip. I want to come on, let's go ahead and schedule that trip. And let's go ahead and do that and do this. And never happens. They go into lengths to convince you. So they are very patient to pursue you. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, this is one of the things that she said. They promise complete transparency, passwords to their accounts. Let's see. Their social media, their emails, that they're no longer contacting other women or other men. Let's see. And what she said was the very thing that I was thinking. What they do is if you notice, they know, they think ahead. So they're very calculative. So what they'll do is that they will already change their social media or create new accounts to show you that, that they'll show you that they're not in contact with specific people. They may have contacted them and say, hey, I have a new Facebook page or I have a new email account. Use this account. They'll go in and take a lot of time to delete emails or send them to different places. So they go to great lengths to try to prove you wrong and to try to win you back. Imagine all that time and energy they spend. Is ridiculous. They may have like a burner phone, another phone that they talk on so that you can go through their telephone and you never see any texts, you never see any emails, you don't see anything. So it brings that confidence back, like he or she might be telling the truth. But they usually have another telephone. They have another email account. They're still in contact. They haven't stopped. They're just doing that to get you back, to hoover you and get you back. But these are the tactics that they use. Let's see. Pretending to offer support. Let's see. She said that when you begin to start feeling successful and happy again and peaceful, the individual may claim that they want to be supportive, but in a very short order, he starts or she starts to sabotage by criticizing, sarcasm, and reminder of past failures. So that facade, that doesn't usually last very long. They get you. They do what they're supposed to do for just a little while, but then their mask starts falling off again. And they go right back into the same cycles. And many people have been hoovered and discarded and hoovered and discarded. And some people finally have grown tired and said, this is it. I'm tired. I'm done. They're never going to change. But there's always in the back of your mind, like, what if this is the time that they're going to change? That's what they're waiting for. What if this is the actual time that person changes? This something that he or she has done before? That's exactly what they're doing. Let's see. Grand romantic caring gestures, favorite love song. They'll send you your favorite song that you guys used to have, flowers, buy groceries for you, dedicate a song on the radio to you, all sorts of things. Offer exotic vacations, gifts to your door. They will, if you have one of those covert narcissists, very materialistic, they'll give you things or buy you things or anything that you have desired, clothing, anything to get you back. They are extremists. Another approach, which really just irritates many of you, is a like nothing happened approach. That's like they just have a conversation with you. Hey, what you doing? Hey, did you see this movie? And you're looking like, do you not realize that, like, I'm not talking to you? But they act like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened and we're cool. We can be good friends. Why can't we be friends? I'm just trying to be nice to you. Why can't we just be friends? Oh my gosh. Why do you have to act that way? And you're thinking like, are you serious? And that's how they treat you. That makes you feel like you're crazy. Like, I know this person is not, like, something is wrong. Yeah, something is wrong. But they know what they're doing. Hoovering by proxy is something that I said, through friends, through social media, through family, through your own children. They want to make sure that they get the information to you, and they make sure they try to hoover because they want to know everything that you're doing. Who are you talking to? Where are you living now? What is she doing now? Where does she work? They want to know all your business. So even when they have a conversation, if you break contact and you have a conversation, they know things about you that you never told. And you're wondering, like, how do you know that? Because they've been stalking and they're hoovering you. Wanting friendships. Some of you are like, I would never be his or her friend ever in my life. If the apocalypse happened and we were on an island, I would stay on the other side of the island eating my coconuts and my pineapples by myself. I would still remain no contact if we're the last two people on the face of this earth. Well, guess what? They'll come and say, can't we just be friends? Can we just put our differences aside and leave the past alone? That's a deadly individual. They've almost killed your personality, killed your reputation, killed your morale, attacked your self-esteem, literally just tore you apart, and now they want friendship. If that's the type of friend that you want, then you really don't need an enemy. They're not the type of people that you're going to be friends with. It's never real. They want something. There's something that they want. That's why they offer the friendship. Is hoovering. And they'll do their best to try. And then the thing is that if you're the one who discarded them, they're trying to get back at you. They're like a little kid. You don't break up. Or like teenagers. Nah, you don't break up with me. I'm going to get back with you just so I can say I broke up with you. Or if you break up with them or discard them, it makes them look like there's a problem. So they don't want people thinking that there's something wrong with them. They have to get back with you. So then, of course, whatever story they told or whatever they're going to tell, once they discard you, like, you know what? I knew he or she was crazy. And so I had to go. This is ridiculous. They'll use everything that you say. You'll literally hear your own words when they're smear campaigning you to someone else. It's ridiculous. They create drama. They create dramas with the kids. They create drama, just dramatic, anything. Sometimes they feel like they still have the right to your house through your children. No, you guys have a common individual you have one individual, or how many kids you have in common with this individual, and that's parenting and the child. But they don't have the right. There are narcissists that feel like they have the right to tell you how to run your house and what to do as if they're still in your home. Tell you what to do, tell you when to feed the child, tell you when to put the kid in bed, tell you how to shop, tell you what to buy. That is not their right. They don't have the right to do that. They've lost that right to do that. Their only commonality with you are your children, or is your child, and that is the main focus, is the child. They don't have the right to tell you anything. They've lost that authority. They've lost that opportunity. So that's another way that they hoover. They'll send you messages. Just, hey, what you doing? Hey, I just got a question. And they make it sound really, really important. Hey, I just got a question real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bother you. I just want to ask this question. And then guess what you do? Oh, okay, well, he's just asking a question, so I'm going to respond. No, it's a hoovering tactic. Let's see. They may send you, they know how to stimulate your emotions, especially if you really love that individual. I was just thinking about you. I know things didn't turn out the way that we expected, and I know I really hurt you, and I really wanted to apologize from the bottom of my heart. I didn't mean to hurt you. And guess what? Oh, he's apologizing. Hoover tactic. Hoover tactic. Okay. So having said that, so now you know some of the tactics that they use. But my question to you is do you know, or do you realize when you're trying to trigger a Hoover? For some of you that have been discarded, they have went no contact. They won't talk to you. They won't, because that is a tactic just for you to, remember in the trauma bonding where I was saying that when those chemicals start running low, you'll literally feel like you are having withdrawals. When the oxytocin levels grow low, those chemicals grow low, those bonding grow, that the chemicals in your mind that cause, you are literally addicted to another person and what they've done. And so when those chemicals run low, what happens is you'll literally begin to have feelings like you are withdrawing from an individual. You have withdrawal symptoms. And so what they do is, because they've trauma bonded, they know what they're doing. They've trauma bonded you. And so they know it's a matter of time. I'm not going to say anything. And then just randomly I'll say something to you and then watch to see how you respond. I want to see how you're going to respond, to see if I'm still in there, to see if the door is still open. And then I'll go away again. It's like playing with you. It's like, the sadistic, like some people that have those sadistic sexual fetishes where they try to like choke a person to sleep. They take them on the edge right before they pass out and then bring them back. In their mind, it's like their perverse mind that is pleasurable. It brings them pleasure. It brings some sadistic, people pleasure to see people in pain, even in sexual acts, or for them to see you in pain is fuel to them. It actually brings them joy to see you hurting because it provides them with fuel. And so they'll go no contact with you. And what happens is that some of you that have been discarded, you want the attention. So what you'll do is you'll do things out of character. you'll all of a sudden open up your Facebook so that everybody can see in hopes that they're hoovering and looking at your page. So you've changed your hairstyle. You've changed the way that you dress. You become more seductive and sexy in your pictures. You know, you post pictures or you do things in the pictures that you normally don't do. You may, you're with this entourage of women, or you try to make them jealous, or you may try to make her jealous by being with another, taking a picture with women or taking a picture with men or someone that they didn't dislike. So you make sure that you get in a picture with someone that they dislike in hopes that they'll call you and say, what are you doing with this individual? Or why are you talking to this individual? Because now you've triggered a Hoover and they've responded to you. And so sometimes what happens is, in a lot of cases, if you've been in a relationship with a narcissist, you've picked up some narcissistic traits. And some people have picked up narcissistic tendencies because you have begun to mirror them. They're mirroring you, and you picked up their habits. They begin to mirror you. But because of the fact that you're hurting so bad and you want to do anything to try to get their attention. You remember the comedian was talking about that get back dress? That real tight body hugging dress. You go to the club and make sure you dance with everybody. Or some people have become promiscuous and begin sleeping with their friends to try to get back at them. Really, you're not hurting anybody but yourself. You're just fueling them even more to get more information about you, to smear you even more. Whatever you're doing to try to hurt them is not working. They may respond, but the response that you're getting is just really making you look less and less, and they're using that to smear campaign you. So some of you actually go to try to trigger a response from them, to trigger a Hoover. They may Hoover because they look at you as their property, and they'll Hoover, but they'll become even more abusive. So the abuse becomes even worse. And so that is what I wanted to talk about. You got to be careful what pictures you're posting. Be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to be able to help yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, you're not going to be able to heal either. Because sometimes the things that you're doing is to draw the attention to you. Because you're hurting so bad, you just want them to say something. Even if it's a mean word to you or something crazy to you, you just want the Hoover to know that you're still on their mind, or they're still thinking about you. Or, do you look at my pictures? If I can get you to respond, I know that you're looking at the picture. If I can get you to respond, I know that you're asking about me, or my friends are telling you about, or you do things around their friends or your friends that are mutual friends to make sure the information gets back. But you're really not doing anything but hurting yourself. You're really just making yourself look bad, because you'll never beat a narcissist at their game. So the best thing to do is to go no contact. To go no contact is to take away their fuel. And think about this for a minute. To be discarded or to go no contact, imagine jumping in a big wide sea with an oxygen tank on. And then all of a sudden someone just snatching the oxygen tank. You'll start threshing water to try to get, you're just threshing and trying to get them. They tell you that, I think it's the carbon dioxide buildup when you're coming up on the surface entirely too quick that can cause you to pass out, and you can actually die, and they have to put you in that oxygen tank to regulate the oxygen in your body. Well, that's what happens when a narcissist discards you. It's like they snatch the oxygen off, and you're threshing water and you're trying to grab at everything. That's why hurting people hurt people, and sometimes they don't do it intentionally, but they're trying to grab a hold and make sense of their reality, to make sense of what just happened. Ask many questions. It's almost like no matter what, it's not feeding them enough. It's not feeding them enough because it feels like you're drowning, like you're thrashing. And so they know they do that, and then because you're thrashing and you're needing oxygen, you're trying to find a way to get them to respond to you. Any kind of response would be a good response to you. Just to know that you're thinking about me, or just to know that you're still watching me. They're narcissists. They don't have empathy. They don't have compassion. To them, it just fuels them. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel empowered to see you hurt. They literally thrive off of seeing you hurt. And so I just wanted to tell you that I want you to pay attention. Are you trying to trigger a Hoover? Are you trying to get attention? And many of you guys have. Many people have. Many of us have. Because you're in pain. And so you just want that little attention. Just give me a little attention. Just to let me know you're thinking, because you're in pain. You're hurting. So hopefully this has helped you tonight. I do have to get off. I have somewhere else that I have to be. Hopefully this has helped you. Please email me with questions. Give me topics that you'd like me to talk about. My email address is Dr. Carmen Bryant, DrCarmenBryant @outlook.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Dr. Carmen Bryant with a T. Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and then make sure you hit the bell when you subscribe so you can see the videos when I post the videos. I usually post videos between Tuesday and Thursday, and I come on live on Sundays at between 8 and 9 Pacific Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe so that if I can't post on, or if I can't come live on Facebook, that I'll be live on YouTube, and you're welcome to ask me whatever question you would like to ask me. Many of you guys have some excellent questions. You guys have some excellent comments. Send me your questions on what videos you like to hear, or would you like me to make, and I will make the video. Talk to me and I'll talk back to you. Many of you guys know I respond to you on YouTube. Right now the numbers are kind of low, so it makes it a little easier to interact with you, but you can email me. You can even email me questions, or if you want me to talk about something but you want me to stay anonymous, I can do that as well. Email me. And then you can go to my Facebook page, Psychological Health Consultants and Services. Hit the thumbs up so that you can see whenever I post, or whenever I come live, whenever I post a new video. And I want to say I really am thankful. I'm really honored to those of you that have subscribed and are following me, that listen to what I have to say. And as I always say, please go share these videos, because you never know who needs to hear this, or you never know who's in a situation like this. And it's best to share it, overshare it if you have to get this information out. There are other life coaches out there that are excellent teachers. You have Melanie Tonya Evans. You have Quinn Holiday from Associate Direct. You have Sarah Speaks. You have Little Shaman. You have Angie Atkinson. You have a lot of people out there with great information. Be careful, though, who you connect with on Facebook. On YouTube, or even people that are following on YouTube. Everybody is not a survivor. Some people are actually narcissists, but they know how to get to your heart. They know exactly what to say. They're narcissists. This is what we're teaching about, okay? So you guys be careful. I want you to be careful, be careful, be careful. Be careful with the information that you give out. Be careful who you connect with. And you guys, thank you so much. And as my friend always says, go and be great, and I mean that.